I finished my background outside of the recording. So here's my completed background. Now I'm going to get my self-portrait that I drew on my scrap paper, and I'm going to cut myself out. Now remember, I should only have one hard straight edge, and that's at the very bottom. So I should see the whole round shape of shoulders, any arms if they're in the scene. And I'm going to cut very carefully around my head, rotating the paper as I go. Remember, anytime you're cutting round edges, you want to turn the paper and rotate it as you're cutting at the same time so that you don't have any sharp, jagged edges. Anytime you stop cutting and you're just not rotating the paper, you end up with these hard cuts that are straight, and we don't want that on a round edge. So I'm just very carefully cutting as I go, keeping very close to the outline of my person. Now it's okay if you have a little bit of a white edge around it, but there we go, it fits. Now I have the issue of gluing it down. I want it to lay flat and I want it to stay down permanently, so I'm not going to use a glue stick. Instead, I'm going to use liquid glue. So here I get my liquid glue. There you go, Elmer's. Make sure the top isn't stuck, and I'm going to get some glue all around the edge, not too close to the edge. Now here we're going to get a paintbrush, and we're actually going to brush the glue out and smooth it so it's nice and flat. You want to make sure that you wash your paintbrush as soon as you are done with this part. I am noticing that I may have accidentally put too much glue, because once you slap this down on that background, anything that squeezes out, if it touches your watercolor, it is going to reactivate it and take the color up. So we want to make sure we don't have any glue, squeezing out from the edge. So brush your glue on. Now I'm going to wash that paintbrush, so I'm going to put it aside, make sure I get that as soon as I'm done with this. Carefully pick up your self-portrait. Carefully flip it over, align it to your page, flat edge on the bottom, and there it is, smooth it out. Alright, so I'm smoothing it out really carefully. I did get a little bit of glue out there, so I'm going to grab a tissue and just kind of dab it off very carefully, very lightly. Because like I said, if that paint gets wet, see, a little bit got on the tissue, it will come up. So just got to be very careful, pat it down, make sure I got no glue on the outside. And ta-da! It's done! You have your lovely self-portrait inspired by Kehinde Wiley. Congratulations.